toad in a hole? I know how it sounds, but I promise no toads were harmed in the making of this dish. This recipe delivers a taste of a British classic, but stars tender baby carrots and spring onions for a delicious, flavorful, veggie-forward spring twist. If you're not familiar with toad in a hole, it is a classic British recipe in which sausages are cooked in a Yorkshire pudding batter until the batter puffs up all around them and it creates this like really homey dish. The batter is really simple. It comes together with just some eggs, some milk, and some flour. If you've ever had a Dutch baby, it's basically the same thing. All right, first things first, we need to prep our pan. And what I mean by that is we actually want to preheat it before we add some of our ingredients. So to a 12-inch cast iron skillet, we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of olive oil. 1, 2. We're also adding 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. The reason we're using olive oil and butter here is because the oil will actually prevent the butter from browning or burning too quickly while we're preheating the pan. So we've got the oven set to about 425 degrees and we are gonna pop this in there for 10 minutes. While our pan is preheating, we can prep our baby veg. We're starting with some baby carrots. You can see how beautiful these are. All right, and then we also have some spring onions. We wanna cut the greens to be about 3-inch lengths, and then we're gonna cut the bulbs in half. We need about 1 teaspoon of chopped thyme. Let's check our skillet. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That pan is ready. You can smell the butter, it's like a little nutty. All right, immediately let's add our carrots. Let's add our spring onions. You also wanna add those sausages. This is about 4 ounces of breakfast sausages. Some salt, some freshly ground black pepper, and hit it with that thyme. And we're just gonna go ahead and give this a little toss. All right, this is going back into the oven. We're gonna roast it till the sausage is brown and the vegetables are just tender. It's gonna be about 8 minutes. While our vegetables and sausages are cooking, we're gonna make that Yorkshire pudding batter. It starts with 3 eggs. I'm gonna go ahead and break those up. I'm gonna beat in 3/4 cup of whole milk. You wanna make sure you really break up those eggs. Teaspoon of kosher salt. Some freshly ground black pepper, and freshly grated nutmeg. And to this, we're gonna add 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Let's give this a good whisk. Try not to get it all over the kitchen. Egg plus milk is a custard. We add the flour, and it becomes a batter. And we're also gonna cut some parsley just for garnish. Time to check our veggies. Yes! I could literally eat these vegetables and sausages just like this, but we're making a toad in the hole. So before we add the batter, we're gonna transfer our vegetables and our sausages just to either a baking sheet or a plate. We're gonna wanna work pretty quickly at this point. So give your batter another little whisk, and we're gonna pour it right into the pan. And then immediately start topping the batter with your sausages and your carrot, and of course your spring onions. This is going right into our oven. It's gonna cook for about 22 minutes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holy moly! Oh my gosh. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy town. This is one of the cool things about a toad in a hole or a Dutch baby is like, you never know what the batter's gonna do. And this time it has impressed me. Get a little parsley. Let's serve this up because you gotta serve this right away. We're gonna cut it. Can you hear that? It's so dramatic, it's like me. Going in for a bite. I'm gonna eat the center first because I wanna get a little bit of that sausage, but most of all, I wanna get some of those delicious vegetables. This just like makes you feel like you're on a farm, like you've just harvested your vegetables. You just quickly cook them briefly, put them in this batter, and made this really cozy, homey meal. This is ideal for breakfast, brunch, throw a salad on the side and you've got dinner. And one of the things I love about it is the edges where the batter sort of blew up are nice and crisp, but then the batter in the center that is encasing all of those vegetables is really custardy and just so good. And just for good measure, we're gonna tear off a little of the edge. You hear that? This toad in a hole is a hole in one.